Hello, everybody. Welcome into the show. What's up, my Jin? What's up, dude? Howdy, BMC. How you doing, Sean? We're just throwing our armor on real quick. Well, completing our armor real quick. I was helping my dad, so I didn't get to actually get ready for the show. You know what I mean? So there was a delay in today's preparations. My dad's currently building this trailer that he's been working on for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is going to be transporting a tractor, well, a riding lawnmower that is going to be used for hunting to drag deer out. So yes, welcome in. There we go. Armor's in the right place now. So we're all ready. All right, guys. Well, except for one more thing. We have forgotten our rings. There they are. All right, guys. So tonight, as y'all know from listening to the evening announcements, we're going to be talking about finding your place in the world. You know, guys, this is something I've been attempting to do my whole life, is find my place in the world. And guys, I think I may have finally found it. You know, doing my crafting and everything like that. It's always so great. What's up there, BMC? How you doing? It's good to see everybody in here. You know, guys, we're going to be getting started here real soon about finding your place in the world. So give me just a moment to go get us some water. All right, guys, I've returned with the water. So, yeah, everybody, you know, welcome into the show. We have got an awesome day planned. All right, so shall we go on ahead and get started? What is up, Raymond? How you doing? Hi, Trash. Welcome into the show. All right, everybody, let's go on ahead and get started on this conversation, you know, finding your place in the world. You know, that's something I struggled with my whole life. You know, trying to figure out where I fit in. Because, guys, I'm different. I'm a different kind of guy. All right? As you can all tell. You know, I'm not your average Texan. You know, guys, especially with me liking armor and liking the Renaissance era, you know, wanting to live that way. You know, guys, that's my place in the world. But how can I afford that? You know, so I had to create a business for myself. I had to do what it takes to be able to make this happen. You know, thank you, brother Trash. You know, but, you know, guys, we have got to take and learn how to look into, our possible futures, guys. We got to look into what it takes to obtain that future. You know, if you want to get something in life, if you want to get somewhere in life, if you're tired of being considered a nobody, you know, you got to get up off your butt and you got to do something about it. You can't just stay sitting around and expect stuff to happen. You know, you got to get to work. And that is something that not a lot of people realize anymore. Not a lot of people put faith in. You know, they're just like, well, I can go on ahead and take and get put on disability and the state can pay for everything and I ain't got to worry about working ever again. No. That's not how it works. You know, guys, disability is there to take care of you when you cannot take care of yourself. Not because you just want a paycheck for free. You know, guys, that's not what it's all about. You got to find your place. And when you find your place, you feel better about yourself. You can be yourself. You can be the human being you've always meant to have been. You know, guys. So finding your place in the world is a really important thing for everybody. Because, guys, that's your happiness. That's your Eden. That's your place. You know, guys, my place is being an old school blacksmith and keeping some old school traditions alive. I mean, old school, you know? So that's my place. Keeping traditions that people have forgotten alive, you know, and I enjoy that very, very much. That is who I am, and I couldn't be more honored to be able to do that. So, guys, you got to figure out how you're going to find something that makes you feel the way I do. What are you going to look for? Where is your place? Who are you? These are all questions that you got to ask yourself in order to actually be able to find your place. You know, guys, you can't just go out and look it up in the yellow pages. You actually got to take and you can't Google yourself and figure yourself out. You got to figure who you are. And when that's done, you can honestly take and be happy. You know, and that's what finding your place in the world's all about. Being happy. You know, guys, and isn't that the American way? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? You know, that's part of our Constitution. I'll say it again. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You know, guys, and finding your place in the world is that happiness. Fathom Works, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? But, you know, guys, this is just an example of what I mean. You know, you can take and spend your entire life working a job you're not happy with, that you bust your balls at, that you bust your butt at, you know, whether you're a man or a woman, you know, and you break your back or you break your mind, and it dang sure breaks your spirit, especially if it's a dead-end job that you don't enjoy doing, that you really just want to get out of. You know, guys, right now I'm being reminded of an old country song, you know, and I'm trying to remember it. Give me just a second and I can remember exactly what it says. Oh yeah, I think it's an old Reba McEntire song. Anyway, it talks about a woman that wants to get out. It's not that she hates her family or anything like that. She just wants to see if there's something out there other than the four walls and her family. You know, guys, and follow your dreams. Pursue them. Don't back down on them. You know, it's always something great to be able to take and work your butt off and be able to come up with something great and amazing. You know, to turn yourself into something awesome. Guys, we've got 5 likes. That deserves a skull. Skull. But anyway, guys, you know, turn yourself into something awesome. Make something amazing out of yourself. You know, that ends up happening when you find your place in the world, guys. And you know, sometimes you have these tragedies where you work your butt off, do an entire life's work. It's never appreciated till you pass on. You never know. You could be the next Van Gogh. You could be the next Picasso. The next Leonardo da Vinci. You know, you just got to work at it, guys. If you've got a talent or you got a hobby that you love doing, I mean, love doing. Like, anytime you get to do it, you're like a kid in a candy store, just like, you know, you get to run up there and get to do something fun. You know, guys, do it. Find a way to make that your life. Find a way to turn your passions into your dreams. It's not hard. Well, okay, it is hard. I'll give you that. I'll tell you right now from personal experience. It's a pain in the butt. But at the same time, the rewards are worth it, guys. I'm working my tail off to be able to no longer be called a disabled American. I'm working my tail off to be called a functioning member of society. I might be crazy. You know, well, not might be. I am bat turd crazy, okay? You know, I'm just straight up nuttier than a squirrel turd, twice as chewy. But that's just who I am. You know, guys, and I don't mind my schizophrenia anymore. It does scare me whenever I don't have my medications because I'm afraid I'm going to try to do something stupid to myself. But that's about it. You know, other than that, guys, it sparks my creativity. You know, I see things that I just want to get down onto paper or I want to put into my hands as a forged item or a handcrafted item. You know, guys, that's just something incredible about following your dreams and pursuing your passions and finding that place that is yours, that is your strength, that is your power, that is your kingdom. You know, guys, and that's the whole point. Pursuing your own kingdom. You know, guys, that is your strength. That is your power. You know, and so many people give up on those dreams. And that breaks my heart. When people want to give up on their dreams and live a life of misery with their head hung low and their spirit broken, I want to walk up to them and I want to say, hey man, what have you always wanted to do? Let's get you some money saved up. Let's go on ahead and let's go do it. Come on, man. You know, unless it's something like being a serial killer, then I'm like, dude, you need help. But other than that, you know, if you've always wanted to be a big game hunter, figure out how to be a big game hunter, man. Go figure it out. You know, I always said my life was going to be an adventure. And my 20s was an adventure, guys. My 20s all the way up to my mid-30s was an adventure. You know, I went all over the place, guys. I loved it. And I'm still going to travel. I ain't done yet. Why do you think I got an RV? But, you know, guys, there's going to be so much beauty that I've never gotten to take in that I have the chance to. And I want to thank you guys for these opportunities as well, because y'all drive me to try to be a better person. What's up, Cass? How you doing, man? But y'all drive me to try to be better. Y'all push me to train every day to make this armor look good. Y'all push me to train every day to make me live longer, you know, so I can enjoy more time with you guys. And this is something that has turned into my spot in the world. But you need to find yours. Guys, get out, pursue it, push it, get to that limit and keep it going. Don't stop. Keep driving yourself. Keep pushing yourself on. Have that discipline to be like, this is hard, but I'm going to do it. All right, let's do this. You know, to have that kind of passion. What's up, Lucy? How you doing, sweetie? You know, thank you very much, Cass, for showing up. And I'm glad to see your day was going good. But yeah, guys, you know, there's so much potential out there. There's so many people with great, incredible skills or amazing ideas. But because of the way our society is set up, they've been beaten down. They've been beaten down into submission and told, you have to be this, you have to be that. Here's your box, stay in. No, guys. Has any of the great people in the world ever stayed inside the box? No, guys. They stepped right out of it and right into their dreams. You know, a prime example of this is Gandhi. Mohammed Gandhi. He saw a free India without the need for war. But he saw a free India. And you know what he did? He made it happen. He made it happen through peace. Granted, they all starved themselves for a little while. But at the same go, guys, they achieved their goal. You know, and it doesn't matter if your goal is achieved or not. It matters the journey you took to get there. But I'm telling you guys, y'all can actually take and achieve your goals. I believe in y'all. I do. I do. And that's the wonderful thing about good friends. Good people can push you on, can spur your dreams, can tell you, man, I'll help invest in your stuff. Let's see what you got, brother. You know, and go for it. If you're new at something, you want to learn something that one of your friends knows, by all means, ask them to teach you. Guys, that's why I do step-by-step on my videos. And I show y'all everything I do on every craft that I make, you know, or any drawing that I'm going to be doing. I'll show you guys step-by-step everything I do. And the reason for that is so that y'all can see what all goes into this, guys. Y'all can learn maybe even from it. Because, guys, I'm going to start trying to make bloom steel, which is homemade steel. You know, guys, if I can start making my own steel out of iron-rich soil, then I ain't never got to buy steel again. All I got to do is go get a few buckets worth of dirt and make myself my own steel. But guys, I had to learn how to do that. I'm not that kind of old-fashioned smith. I didn't learn that part. I learned 1800s blacksmithing, but this person that I'm talking about, her name is Faye Morningstar. She's at The Path of Fire here on YouTube. She does amazing craftsmanship, incredible videos. She's an amazing blacksmith and a carpenter all around, basically what I'm trying to do with my life. And so, guys, go check her out. Also, don't forget, go check out Jen Holder 976, everybody, at Jen Holder 976. That's my girlfriend. She's absolutely amazing. She makes some incredible videos herself. She'll definitely brighten up your day. So definitely go check her out, everybody. But anyhow, guys, so as it moves on along, when you're looking for your place in the world, you've got to remember that there's going to be struggles. There's going to be things that you're just going to look at and you're going to be like, no, this again, no. But you know what you got to do? You got to stand up. You got to walk up to it. You got to say, you're not going to win. I got this. You ain't going to win. I got this. And you step up to the plate, guys. Because every time you do, you're going to bring yourself closer and closer and closer to that goal. And the journey is going to be so amazing with you doing it. My weight loss goal. I went from 250 down to 207 now, guys. I'd have never fit in this armor 6 months ago. It had never happened. I'd have had to modify the snot out of it. There'd have been big wide open patches. No, So that is just something that is amazing for me. I know a person right now that wishes that they could be a professional potter, make their own baselines. And guys, they do amazing work. They do incredible bases, but they're scared to get started. They're afraid that if they go on ahead and they pursue that goal, that they're going to lose everything in the process. Guys, you'll lose everything and then you'll gain more. You'll get better. You'll get better things. You'll make yourself a better person. You'll strive for greater things, guys. And that's finding your place in the world. That's why it's important, because not only does it bring up your courage, not only does it bring up your strength, but it brings up your confidence, your self-image. That improves. Your health improves. Your mental health especially improves. Because, guys, now that I'm pursuing my own lifestyle of how I want to be without anybody in my way, then, guys, I'm a much happier person. It's far easier to control my issues. And the whole reason for that is because I'm happy. And I get dopamine every day just waking up going, hey, it's time to go to work. Or I'll wake up, I'll be like, time for morning mojo, talk with my Jin, talk with all my friends. I get excited about doing videos for you guys. We're definitely going to be doing a snake hunt, so hopefully that's going to happen real soon. I'm trying to convince my dad of these things, man, and he keeps turning me down, so that's why I'm like sorry on certain things. But guys, I'm limited on my mobility. I can't drive. The state of Texas said no. So I got to do it on my own. I got to find somebody to take me. And unfortunately, my dad a lot of times doesn't want to do it. And it's mainly because he's just like he don't want to deal with snakes. But we are going to try to have a snake hunt coming up soon. This guys is just this is now became one of my favorite things to do every day. Hi from Texas. What's up, Diego? I'm from Texas myself, Southeast Texas to be precise. Welcome into the show, man. But excuse me, sorry about this. I went to say something and then my throat was just like, nope. But anyway, guys, so do me a favor, if you're new here, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon, come join the family. We welcome everybody in. Doesn't matter your religion, doesn't matter your culture. Just pop on in and say hi, guys. We try to support anybody that comes in here. There are certain people we reject, and if you're one of those, you'll know. But anyway, guys, so I just want to say that, you guys, I know a lot of you probably are not happy with the particular situation you're in. I know a lot of you are probably very unhappy with, oh, dang, Diego, nice. But I know a lot of you are probably very unhappy with the current job you're working. You know, you act like you're happy about it, but I know you're not. You know, guys, and if that's the case, make it change. Do what you want to do. Pursue your goals. Turn your hobbies into, you know, a way to make money. That way you can literally wake up every day like I do and go, let's go make something. You know, because I've got some more projects coming up here soon. We're almost done with the Viking sacks. In case you didn't know what that is, it's a knife. We are hand forging this. This started out as a piece of leaf spring. So guys, come check me out as soon as I can get another bottle of propane. We're going to get back to forging, everybody. So come check it out and see step by step every process used to make this blade. And I even finally got my handle material, guys. I found a nice, good piece of hickory. This is going to be a perfect handle for it, guys. It's an old hammer handle that has already been cut off at the bottom, so it's too short to be used as a hammer. But it's just perfect for the length of my hand. So we'll be able to take and use that as our actual handle for our Viking sacks. You know, it's going to be great. That's good hard wood. All I got to do is drill my holes. It's already to the proper shape. So, yes! You know, and also not only that, Dad got us some extra metals that we can use to cut out a better handguard instead of just some washers. You know? Anyway, guys, I want to thank you all so much for showing up. You know, you guys are all amazing. You know, never forget that there is something special and unique about you that no one else has. You are one of a kind. Every one of you, when you were created, the mold was broken. Every time. Nobody's identical. Not even identical twins. They have different interests. So, guys, remember that. You are amazing because you are one of a kind. You are unique. That is what makes you incredible. So, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon. Come join the family, guys. Invite some friends on over. You know, we have a lot of fun over here, guys. Thank you for that 8th like. We're looking for 20 by the end of the show. That would be very amazing of you guys. So thank you all so much. Even if you don't finish the show out, please just go on ahead and leave us a like. Thank you for the 9th one. The 10th one gets a scald. So anyway, guys, we have probably said about the best way I could put it without repeating myself over and over again. So guys, if you're new here, we just talked about finding your place in it. So this is just going to be my final thoughts of my final thoughts, which is simply this. If you don't know who you are, and if you don't know where you belong, then I think you need to do some soul searching, my brother or sister. Look into who you really are. Look into your ancestry. Look into, you know, your personal past. Look into everything that's molded you into you. And then decide who you are. And yes, it's a decision. But make the decision of who you are. And then from there, decide what you want to be. And then pursue it with every ounce of strength and every ounce of spirit and every last bit of mental power you got. You know, take and make sure that you work your butt off and make your life incredible. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. Tell them the smiling swamp rat right here just told them you can do it. If they got a problem, come talk to me. You know, guys. And that's just life. All right, guys, let's do this hangout. They used to call this Valley Magic Valley. And thank you, BMC, for letting me know to pin Jen Jen. I'm at 488 likes. Nice, Diego. No, that's really awesome. I kind of wish I could get those numbers. You know, I'm still waiting on that 10th like to get a scald, you know. So, guys, welcome on into the show. If you're brand new, we're starting a hangout session. So if you got any questions about who I am or what I do, simply go on ahead and ask. Other than that, let's have a good time, guys. So, where's everybody from? What's everybody do? And how's everybody's day been? Those are just a few questions to start out with. Clint, I love gardening, but I don't know if it's mainly for a job. Well, BMC, you can always become a farmer. Or you can have a plant nursery. There's a job right there. There's a business. Open yourself up a plant nursery. You can garden all you want and make money off of it. They used to call, oh, okay, I got you now. Nice. All right, let's see what all I missed. Them work. All right, we haven't had too terribly many comments, but welcome on. Rock! Rock just showed up, everybody. North Carolina, and I had a good day. Awesome, Jen. You kind of remind me of Jerry from The Walking Dead. I mean, that as a compliment. I got you, brother. I got you, man. You know, Jerry from The Walking Dead, I've actually seen a lot of that show, so thank you very much for the compliment, actually, because I'd have taken it that way anyway. So how you doing in here, Rock? What's up, BMC? She barking at everybody right now. Just wait, she's going to start eating people. 10 likes. I see that now. All right, let's hit that skull. Whoever gave the 10th like, thank you so much. Here's a skull to you. Thank you very much, my friend. Welcome into the show. Scald, my friends. All right. You know, eventually I'm going to get to the point where I can actually get myself a case of water and bring it in here. Oh, you don't care about The Walking Dead, my dear? No, unfortunately I do, because I'm a horror movie fanatic. I'm good. I'm partying right now. Oh, okay. Tell him Happy Father's Day and tell your aunt happy birthday for me. You know, welcome into the show, Rock. So as it goes along, I work as an editor and producer. Nice. Oh, the 10th like was Rock. Thank you very much, Rock. Of course, you're always welcome into the show, and you know that. Shit. All right, guys. Yeah, thank you all for coming in. Oh, yeah, I was. That's great, man. You know, that's when you know you're having a good old time, when somebody's just like, oh, wait, oh, yeah, I did do that. So, yeah, guys, how's everyone doing? You know, how's y'all's day going? We got 10 likes up there. When we hit 15, we'll do another skull. And, guys, if we hit 20 likes before the end of the show, you know, I'll go on ahead and take the armor off. You know, we'll go on ahead and sit down and chill at that point. Baby, you are smart. It just depends on the thing that you're talking about. Everybody's smart in something. Nobody is completely stupid. Well, maybe a politician. Yes, I mean your color contrast that you use whenever you're drawing and you're coloring or whenever you're coloring and everything like that. You know, your color spectrum and everything, that takes some intelligence to be able to do. What's true leave? What's true leave there, BMC? I don't know what you mean. I got you, Rock. You know, Rock, you got a great talent when it comes down to your makeup. You know, you really need to start working on start really experimenting with some other things. Start watching YouTube videos. You know, look up Tom Savini. He'd be a great inspiration for you with all of your horror makeup that you do. My friend works on cars. He makes millions. Dang. That's age. I think he makes about a 1 or 2 mil. I got you there, BNC. You know, they're sprouting up all over the place, so that's not a bad idea. Yes, I did see it, Rock. It was awesome. I already put a thumbs up on it. Life out there. That's it. Is there life out there? That's the song I was thinking of. Thank you, Jen Jen. Thank you, baby. Yee. All right, guys. So everybody, welcome in. Welcome in. If you're new here, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Come on in and join the family. We're having an awesome hangout, guys. Yes, she is. My Jen Jen is smart. See? She knows that country song. I didn't know it. You're so sleepy today, Rock. You know, sorry, sweetie. But there's nothing I can do to help you with that other than tell you go drink a Monster. You know, but seriously though, guys, a cup of coffee or a Monster every now and then. Good to wake you up. Nothing wrong with having one. Scald at 15. Yes, it is, BMC. Too sleepy to eat people today. Wow. She's too sleepy to chew, guys. Dead gum. She's too poop to poop. All right, guys. Welcome into the show. Welcome, 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 welcome. My name is Clint Gage, the Smiling Swamp Rat. How you doing? Had a root beer snow cone earlier. Ooh, I love those. I love me some snow cones. Snow cones are so awesome, especially when you've been wearing something like this all day in 90-degree weather. What's wrong, BMC? What's up, country girl? Talk about Sundays. I'm an artist and songwriter. I make my own songs. That is awesome, Diego, because I can't write a song. I can write a poem. I can write a story, but I can't write a song. Clint Gage's biggest fan. What's up, my dude? How you doing? Actually, what's cooling me down is standing right here in front of my own AC unit. All right, we got 11 of them up there. Hot dang. Rock over here laughing. So how you feeling today, Clint Gage, biggest fan? Thank you for showing up. My biggest fan. I love that, guys. My dad jaw dropped to the floor when I told him your name. Yeah, why is BMC all crying? Can color pictures from adult coloring books. Oh, yeah, that's always great. Good to hear you're doing great, man. You know, we've had some ups and downs on the channel recently, especially with me being gone. But hopefully tonight's show will have brought in some good subscribers for us. You know, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you're brand new here. Don't forget, check out the pinned comment down below. And go check out my girlfriend at JenHolder976. She's an awesome young lady. She has a really soothing way of explaining the Bible. And it's weird because I'm a Viking pagan, you know, and she's a Christian. But somehow we make it work. Aww. BMC said she's not hungry. That's illegal here, sir. Yes, everybody loves your coloring pages, baby. Everybody loves it when you do coloring shows. So that's why I'm telling you, keep it up, sweetheart. You know, guys, we only need 4 more likes before that next scald. So keep it on up, guys. Keep them flowing in. Keep sharing the video. You know, keep hitting them heart buttons, guys, so that we can actually get out in the algorithm. You know, welcome into the show, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. It's absolutely incredible having all my friends here. And if you're new, that's awesome. Please come on in and say something. Say hi. You know, tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's have some fun. BMC single. Dirty 30. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? All right. We hit 15, bro. All right. It's time for that 15th like scald. All righty. Yeah. Scald to whoever gave us the 15th like. Ooh, we might have to do a double scald, guys. We're almost at 20. And if y'all want me to, remember, just let me know if y'all want me to, at 20, take off the armor. Yeah, it's all water. You're about to go fishing, Dirty 30. Nice. Blake Shelton sings that song. Yeah, Blake Shelton's actually pretty decent. You know, yes, that is water. Marry another fish. Marry another fisher. Okay. I think that's what it is. But welcome into the show, everybody. Thank y'all so much. You grew up on Blake Shelton? That's nice. I grew up on Ozzy Osbourne, Kiss, Led Zeppelin. Oh, who else? Van Halen, all those great guys. Boys around here, yeah. Just got a new sub. All right, Rock, congratulations. Seen Blake Shelton in concert. Awesome. Blake is the man. Gotcha. Yeah, Country Girl Sweets looking for herself a boyfriend. If any of our male visitors are single. AC/DC, of course, man. Of course, AC/DC, brother. Gotta have them in there, man. I know country, I'm 30. Oh, I know country, I'm not 30, I'm 15. Yeah, that's right, BMC's 15. So, yeah, can't date BMC. Country Girl, hello. Hey, you getting some attention there, Country Girl Sweet? You getting attention? Might as well enjoy it. Their name is Fathomwork. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, AC/DC is one of my favorite bands, too, I love their song, Shook Me All Night Long. That's one of my favorite songs. You have a hat, Country? Nice. Really want to buy a knife, Clint. Oh, you really want to buy one of my knives? It's going to be expensive, brother. Nice knowing that, Dirty 30. That's awesome. I'm a big-time country boy. I'm an old-school country boy. Way old school. But, yeah, that's my Jin, my big old country girl. I love her to death. Can I eat one? And by the way, Dirty 30, in case you're wondering what I do, I make knives and I make walking sticks. So this is a hand-forged piece of spring steel that was taken off the Lee spring that I'm turning into a Viking sax. We're just going to be drawing out the tang a little bit further. We're going to square these shoulders up right here, and we're going to make ourselves a wonderful handle for this out of a nice, good, hard piece of hickory. And then we're going to be able to turn around and test it, give some good file work on it, make it all nice and pretty. I played rib on ACD. I played a riff on ACD with my dad when he passed. Aw, nice. I'll pay you $100 for a small one. Okay, I can do a $100 one. That's no problem. Yeah, I'm sorry about your dad too, Dirty. Hopefully, it's the pain has gotten a little easier. I know it won't go away, but hopefully it's gotten easier. Guys, welcome on into the show. If you're new here, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Don't forget to check out the pinned comment down below and go check out my Jen at JenHolder976. I've been trying to do other spiels all day long, trying to get sponsors and stuff. My son is like, you got to get some stuff from you for him. Oh, nice. Oh, that's good, Dirty 30. Yes, I do have a Cash App. It's capital K, Knights Sanctum. That's all it is. Just the capital, it's got the $, a capital K, Knights Sanctum. So K, NIGHTSSANT, or no, SANCTU, Knights Sanctum. And I will be forging next month 3 knives at the same time. As soon as I get done with my Viking sax, I'm going to forge 3 knives at once. So there's 3 of them going to be up for pre-order, guys. But depending upon how fancy you want the thing is going to depend on how pricey it is. No offense, guys, but I am trying to make a living off of it. All right, cool, BMC. Thank you, man. But we'll definitely get together, and I can make you like a Moria knife, which is a nice little knife that's good all-around utility knife that the Vikings used to use. Guys, or I can make you an Uzi knife, which, guys, we're only 2 likes away from our 20-like goal. Come on, guys, let's do just 2 likes. That's all we need, man. And at that point, we're going to take the armor off. We're going to turn the camera around. We're going to sit down. We're going to chill. And you guys get to see what process it takes to get this crap off. Yeah, Dirty 30 over here working at it. Anyway, guys, don't forget to check out the pinned comment down below. And I want to thank every single one of y'all all for being in here. Y'all are absolutely incredible. We got 20 minutes left of the show, so in those 20 minutes, let's see if we can get 2 likes. All right, that's all we need is just 2 more likes. Oh, yeah, it definitely is free to hit the like button, guys. And when I do actually, if I get monetized here soon, because I'm almost to my required view hours before I will be considered up for monetization. Guys, we're only like 500 away. We're not far away from getting monetized. So that's going to be absolutely incredible. I'm going to set up my super chats and my membership pages to be very affordable, guys. What's going to be not affordable is going to be my products. Those are going to be expensive, except for certain ones. Certain ones are going to be cheap. I am going to make some things be pretty darn cheap. What's up, Scullio? How you doing, man? All right, we need 1 more like to hit 20, guys. That's all we need is 1 more like. Oh, and by the way, I got something awesome to show you. I haven't gotten the 20 likes on my side, man. I have to see it on my screen. All right, guys, this is just a bare template, but this is going to be the next walking staff. So this one is going to be our fancy staff because it's going to take the longest time to do. But this is good oak, so we're going to make it out of this right here, and it's going to be nice. We're going to burn a lot of nice, good, circle work and knot work and some Viking runes into it and things of that sort. And we're probably going to even put a nice wrapping handle on it so that it'd be really good. This one right here, I'm going to have to figure out how much it's going to cost for me to send Sean and Jin their walking staffs, and then I'll be able to give you a base shipping and handling price. And then we got the 20 likes. I see it now. But from there, we're going to have to figure out, how many hours it's going to be for me to make the item and all the materials that go into it. So you got to pay for all that, guys. Unfortunately, it is a business. But I am going to be open and upfront with you guys. That one right there, if I did a bare bones walking staff, scald to the 20th light. If I just did something as simple as round the top off, smooth out all the bumps, and put a stopper on the bottom and wrapped a cord around this, it's going to be basically shipping and handling plus just maybe about $20. So, that wouldn't be expensive. But if I burn a bunch of runes and designs and everything down it, it takes hours to do and everything, guys, that can range up to $100, and maybe even more depending upon if I decide to inlay any kind of like silver wire or anything like that into it. So there's a lot of things that's going to go into these things. There's a lot of there's going to be a lot of cheap and affordable ones. There's going to be some not so affordable ones, and then there's going to be some, hey, I try to make a living off of this one. You know what I mean? Oh, nice. All right. So here we go, man. And if you want to see some of my work, for those of y'all who are new, this is a walking staff that I recently have pretty much completed. I've got 4 more hearts to put on it, erase my actual pencil marks, and do a quick little buff up with it with some sandpaper. But this is one of my walking staffs. I always keep the natural shape to the wood, and we get it nice and smooth. This one's actually meant to hold, this is actually meant to go to Jin. This is meant to be able to make sure that if she goes to fall forward, she ain't going to because it's good, strong, and sturdy. But yeah, that's some of my work. And here's some more. This one is for my buddy Ohan. It says Man of the World in Viking Runic on it. All the way down it. And we burned a hand grip into it. And then I put my mark on it. And of course, I signed it, guys. So every one of them will actually be done this way. They will be signed, they will be sealed, and eventually we're going to be applying some tongue oil to it when all this rain goes away for a good week. We're going to put a bunch of coats of tongue oil on it, make sure it's nice and smooth and shiny and good and sealed and 100% waterproof. So you won't have to worry about it rotting anytime soon. So they're going to be made to last as well. All right. Nice. So guys, we're going to go on ahead, get the armor off real quick. Like I said, once we hit 20, and we're just going to turn around and we're going to sit on down on the bed. All right. There's that strap. Takes a minute. Give me a sec. What's up, Lucy? All right. There's that piece. Gets stuck to your skin after a minute. There's that piece. Yeah, happy Father's Day to you, Dirty 30. Welcome in, Lucy. Welcome back in. Still here doing other things. I got you, Lucy. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Armor off. Put the hat back on. I'm live streaming right now on my channel. Awesome, Raymond. Hey, no problem, Dirty 30. Let's get this camera turned around. We can sit on down on our butts. Oh, no. I got caught on my bed frame. Bloop. Hi, guys. How y'all doing? Well, I'll definitely go tell them there, Jin Jin. How you doing, Sharky? Welcome in, man. All right, guys. We happen to reach our 20 goal right there at the end of the show. So this is great. We only got 10 more minutes left. Thank you guys. Oh, thank you so much, Raymond, for being so sweet. Oh, your girlfriend's right next to you, man? That's awesome. No. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining the show, guys. We had a wonderful discussion about why it's important to find your place in the world. Guys, that's something a lot of people just don't take into consideration. They just think that I just got to get a job and that's it. Oh, guys, find your purpose. Find what you're meant to do. Doing good. That's awesome, Sharky. Nice. Diego's already got a girlfriend there, country. Thank you very much, Jin Jin, for subbing to old Dirty 30 there. All right. Oh, man. Definitely has been a long day, guys, because before I come on here, I was helping my dad to build a trailer. So I was doing a bunch of metalworking while in that armor, guys. So it's definitely been nice to take it off. Definitely feels better. Playing with your big sister's cat. Oh, that's awesome. Cute little kitty. Everybody loves cats. Well, not everybody, but some people like cats. I like animals, period. Welcome into the show, everybody. We got 10 minutes left. Thank you all so much for joining. If we hit 25 likes in this 10 minutes, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a double skull. You love cats, right, Raymond? That's awesome. Dia, I was outside playing with 2 rackets in my hand and a can of soda. That's a good way to practice. It's definitely got your hand-eye coordination going on there. Oh, yeah. Thank you all also for enjoying the training videos. They seem to be doing rather well. So we're definitely going to be keeping those up. We're going to be still working on some of the Viking wisdom videos, but they don't get as many views as they used to. So I might be ending the Viking wisdom videos and instead just replacing it with training videos. You love cats thanks to your son. I got you there, man. Ooh. My head got a little itchy. But thank you all so much for being here. You know, guys, I might go on ahead and call it quits right now. I'm getting rather tired. So thank you all so much. Y'all are absolutely incredible. You know, like I've said before, y'all don't get enough appreciation as viewers. So thank you so much for showing up, for liking, for sharing, for subscribing, for being you, and for being awesome. You know, and if you'd like, come join us again and come check out the show next time. We're always here at least 3 times. Work finger. 3 times a day. So come join us then. Anyway, guys, see you from a swamp, later from a gator. Love your mama, love your papa, love yourself. Be kind. Always find a way to help. All right, everybody. Check you here next time. Later, everyone.